Well, hopefully by now you've heard a little bit about the new selling office commissions changes that happened with Northwest MLS as of October 1st. There are plenty of rumors going around about this and even more opinions. So today we'll just talk a little bit about what actually happened and what this means for us all. So the changes that just went into play are all regarding selling office commissions, which is also known as SOC, and that's what I'm going to call it because it's kind of hard to say. But SOC is simply the amount offered by the listing agent and the seller in commission to the buyer's agent. So if you didn't know already, it is common practice for somebody who's selling their home to offer a commission both to the listing agent who is representing themselves as well as to the buyer's agent who's representing the buyer that wants to purchase their property. Earlier this week, I was fortunate enough to sit in with Justin Haig, who's general counsel for Northwest MLS, as he explained the purpose behind the new changes to SOC, as well as what those changes actually are. So here we go. Justin began by going over some catalysts that actually led to the changes in the SOC, which includes some class action lawsuits at the national level. So I'm going to leave it to the attorneys to comment on those. However, the real purpose behind this is consumer transparency when it comes to the commission amount that is being offered to buyers' agents. Okay, so here's the two changes that actually happened. First, sellers can now publish publicly on websites and elsewhere what they're actually offering in commission to buyers' agents. They couldn't do that before. And the second thing is that sellers are no longer required to offer anything in commission to buyers' agents if they don't want to. Wait a minute, Derek, you mean that buyers' agents won't be paid a commission anymore? What are we going to do? Whoa, you're jumping to conclusions here. These changes don't explicitly mean that, although they don't explicitly not mean that either. The truth is we really don't know what these changes are going to do for us because we are pioneering this program here in the Northwest. No other MLS is doing this nationally. But here's a few more details that might make you feel just a little bit better about it. So first, up to this point, we've been following the standard that NAR, the National Association of Realtors, has had for us, and that's that sellers must offer the buyer's agent a sum that is no less than a certain figure, and that figure is 1 penny. Now, you could argue that the difference between $0 and 1 penny isn't very much, since 1 penny doesn't have a lot of value. But you could also argue from a philosophical standpoint that the difference between offering somebody something and offering them nothing is vast. Another thing you should know is that at the time I'm recording this, which is mid-October, so still early on, currently there are exactly 2 properties on our MLS which are offering to buyer's agents $0 in commission. Hard to know if that's going to continue to be an anomaly or not, but take that for what it's worth. Another change you should be aware of, and I'm going to read this one, is one of the changes that has been made to our listing agreement. On the listing agreement under commissions, there is this line, RCW 18.86.050 in some parentheses, provides that buyers are not required to show property as to which there is no written agreement to pay compensation to the buyer's broker. So if they're not offering anything in commission, if you're a buyer's agent, you don't have to show the property. The Northwest MLS, as well as a number of managing brokers I've spoken to, have encouraged buyer's agents to begin using with their buyers our 41A and 41B. Those are buyer's agency agreements or buyer's representation agreements. And essentially what they say is that you agree upon a certain commission amount that you will be paid. And if the seller doesn't offer that full amount, then the buyer will make up the difference for you. Form 41C and Rule 104D also state that you can negotiate for compensation as a buyer's agent with the seller. That said, here's what a buyer's agent can't do. So let's say I'm a buyer's agent. My buyer and I have signed a contract on the buyer's agency agreement that says that my services are worth 3%. Does that mean that therefore I don't have to show any properties that are offering less than 3% on SOC? No, you still have to show those properties, unless, of course, you enter into an additional contract in which you and the buyer both agree that you will not look at those properties unless they are offering the full commission amount as per the buyer's agency agreement. Feasible or not feasible, that's up to you. But that was one suggestion that was offered. Well, look, there's lots to think about, and there are a lot of scenarios that can happen on this one. I don't have all the answers yet. Nobody really does, but I do have a lot of resources. So if you have a specific scenario that you'd like to discuss with me, or if you just have more questions about this, please reach out. I'm happy to talk over the phone, or over text, or over email anytime. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.